Hello, today we're going to be in Proverbs chapter 14. It's Proverbs 14. And we're just going to look at one verse today, and we're going to look at verse 15. Verse in Proverbs says, "The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going." And it's interesting to notice how much Proverbs talks about the simple and the wise, or the foolish and the wise. It compares and contrast, and which is in a lot of ways which is to be expected, considering that's the nature of a proverb. However, in this particular one, the simple believeth every story. How many people have you known that are just, I guess for lack of a better way of putting it, just gullible, and they believe everything that comes along their way, and they tend to get trapped into things. We in this day and age we think of a lot. We can look at many different examples that would take in the simple. We look at a given advertisement on the internet. Whether it's, doesn't matter what it is. This an advertisement for something along the lines of a a work opportunity, a lucrative opportunity, an opportunity that sounds lucrative and might to some extent be legitimate, but nonetheless, a lot of times are usually nothing like what they seem. In fact, a lot of times are just a way of getting your information. And it says the simple believe every word. Or a lot of us have been around the internet long enough to know when somebody's trying to scam us. If you go on a job search website often enough, you'll find a lot of scams. Craigslist is a good one where a lot of times will pop up with scams. We need to be cautious. The wise man, a prudent man, looketh well to his going. He considers what he's doing. He looks at it. He considers. He thinks about it. He's not just going to take what's being given to him and accept it as being truth. We also look at it this way. A lot of Christians, will bring our Bibles to church every day, or every Sunday and every Wednesday. It's not just done to show how great of a Christian you are. In fact, outward looks mean very little as far as how the kind of a Christian you are. But we think of it. We look at it. We think of it this way. We look at it in terms of study. The pastor or whoever is giving the message at the time is giving us what he believes that God has laid on his heart to give him. However, sometimes, because he is a man, he can be wrong. And we see this, and we think about that, and we look at it, and we consider why we bring our Bible. We bring our Bible so that way we can judge and we can see what he is saying, to see if what he is saying is true. And if you want to take that even further, for centuries, Christians were told by the powers that be what they are to believe and what they were not to believe. In fact, you wouldn't at certain points in time you couldn't even call them Christians, because they had rejected the Scripture so much that it became to the point to where they were not believing the truth of salvation, God's truth of salvation. And we consider what was being told to them and how they were being told that they could not understand Scripture. simple man believes that he cannot understand Scripture. Prudent man considers it.